You bought it, you own it. What do you need to do to take care of your Husqvarna, your Husky 555FX brush cutter clearing saw? So let's go through the basics, guys, and I'm not gonna touch on everything. I know I'm gonna miss a few things, but really the key things that we see that are gonna cause problems, obviously fuel. So we need to mix this, we need to mix it with ethanol free, we need to mix it with a good mix oil. So here's what we got. I got my Husqvarna, my Husky, I'm gonna say Husky probably, just a little shorter, a little easier. XP Plus 1 gallon mix bottle right there, see it? And I'm gonna mix that in my awesome no spill fuel can with 1 gallon of ethanol free fuel. If I am not going to use this often, if it's gonna be very periodic or sporadic use, I'm gonna go for a pre-mixed fuel mix. Husqvarna makes a fantastic pre-mix. There are other options out there, but generally this is what I'm gonna run. The Husqvarna XP with 1 gallon of ethanol free, bam. And that fuel is going to go right here. Pretty straightforward, right? There's my fuel tank right there. It holds a lot. I mean, it's probably a 1/4 gallon plus. I'm sure somewhere in the specs it's gonna tell me. Okay, so we got our fuel in. How are we gonna start it? We're gonna prime it, boom, boom, boom. I always say 4 or 5 pumps. I wanna feel that bulb firm up and actually move fuel through it. Then I'm gonna come up from the primer and I'm gonna hit the choke, which is this blue lever right here. See if I can find it. I'm gonna lift up on that and I'm gonna continue around, and it right here on the top is a compression release. That compression release is gonna make it easier to pull over this 55cc plus engine. It's a big engine, so it takes a little bit of a grunt and a pull. So I'm simply going to then pull the rope. It's gonna start. It's gonna fire. Let me reword that. It's gonna fire, it's gonna pop. I'm gonna push the choke back in. I'm gonna pull it. It's gonna start, and it's gonna be at kind of a mid throttle. I'll usually let it run there for 10 or 15 seconds and then blip the throttle trigger and let it idle down. And while it idles down is when I am going to be dealing with putting on my safety gear. And safety gear is key, guys. It's loud. This is a big machine. It puts out some noise, so I wanna protect my ears. I can do that with earplugs, ear muffs. I can do that with a combo setup like this hearing protector with visor that Husqvarna makes, right? So it's got everything all in one. I like something like that, or something like this Elvex screen here. I mean, I definitely want to protect my face and my eyes, but I also want to protect my ears. So something like this with ear muffs, or something like this that has it all built in. Fantastic. Okay, so protection, safety, be wise with that. Right here is where my harness is gonna clip, okay? And this is gonna come with the Forestry Extreme harness. Very comfortable, a lot of adjustments. Honestly, when you take this out of the package, I mean, it's just a harness, right? It's just a shoulder strap. When you take this out of the package, read this. Spend 5 or 10 minutes dialing this into your body. How tall are you? What's your frame size? So you're not grabbing this machine and trimming around your yard for 10 minutes. This is a machine that you're gonna be on for an hour. You're on it for a tank of gas and you're gonna refill it and you're gonna be on it again. This is meant to work, and what a machine at that. Okay, so take some time and dial that harness in to match you and your body. Okay, so we know how to start it. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over and we're gonna look at the gearbox a minute. Right here, boom, is a grease plug, or a screw actually, that comes out, and that'll thread out, and this machine actually comes with, boom, angle gear grease, okay? And this goes right in there. My opinion, every 50 hours. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check it brand new, just make sure it's good. So I've checked it. Then I'm gonna go to use, and I'm gonna use it for my first time, an hour or two, and I'm gonna check it again. I'm maybe gonna give it a little squeeze just to top it off. And then every 50 hours, let's make sure that grease is good. So Husqvarna Angle Drive Grease, it is made specifically for these gearboxes to give it a long life. The same grease can be used on the drive shaft. Again, that is a good maintenance point to actually pull the gearbox off right here. Whoop, slide the whole gearbox off and slide out the drive shaft, lubricate it, put some grease on it, and actually flip it over so you're getting even wear on both ends, because the rattle on the clutch is different than the rattle on the gearbox end. So that's probably a good annual maintenance thing. You know, do you keep track of hours on that? Let's just do that annually. Flip a drive shaft and lubricate it. Engine-wise, obviously it's a 2-cycle engine, so we know we need to mix it. But with a 2-cycle comes the opportunity or the possibility of a plugged spark arrestor. Okay, so that's going to be right in your muffler, your exhaust port. How do we avoid that? Running good gas, right? Running good mix. Running it hard. Put this sucker to work. You bought it to work, so run it hard. The other would come down to an air filter, okay? And that air filter is right here, okay? And I have one. It's kind of fun, being on my knees and doing this. 2, 3, and off comes my cover, and out pops my air filter. Let's grab that. A nice, beautiful pleated paper filter. I can see through this. Can you see through it? I can see through it. Good light. Depending on what we're cutting, when we're cutting, how dull, how sharp, all these things, this filter will get dirty. And as this filter gets dirty, this engine can't breathe. And as this engine can't breathe, it runs rich. And as it runs rich, my exhaust can plug up. So just bad news. Keep up on your air filter. If you're a heavy user, like you're using it all day, how hard was it for me to take those 3 clips loose and just take a peek at it? Okay? At least once a month, check this air filter. When it gets dirty and ugly, let's think about replacing it. Let's pop this cover back on. It just sets in place like so. And these clips just walk them up onto their spot, just like that. My spark plug is hiding right here in the back. And this can be kind of fun. Sometimes we'll get a screwdriver under, just kind of pry it out a little bit, but kind of shake it to remove it. How often do I replace a plug? They're cheap, they're under $5. Maybe just do one once a year because it's easy, right? It's something that's done. But really you can go longer than that, especially if you're running it hard, running good fuel, running good mix. What else do we need to know? We've covered safety, we've covered mix, we've covered gearbox maintenance, we've covered how to start it. Did we cover how to put a blade on? I did that in my unbox video, but let's do that real quick. I like to set it like this. It's just a comfortable like platform working position. And we're going to need a pin and a scrunch, 17 millimeter right here, okay? And you will notice that there is a spot for this pin to go in right here, okay? I'm gonna hold that pin in and I'm gonna turn the blade till it locks. See that? It can't turn anymore. Now I can take this scrunch, and I can remove, I'm gonna take this scrunch, my phone just messed up. Take this scrunch and I can remove this. It's reverse thread, spin it off, pop a new blade on, whatever that looks like. Okay, there we go. The Husqvarna 555FX, so you own, what you need to know to take care of it. Drop a comment, drop it down below. Tell me what you think. What do you think of this machine? What are your experiences with this machine? What excites you about this machine? What kind of holds you back? You know, 3.8 horsepower, 20 plus pounds, massive drive shaft, heavy duty gearbox, incredible harness, really designed to do some serious forestry clearing work. I hope this is the right machine for you. If it is, enjoy it. If it's not, stop by Carl's. We got a full line of machines in the Husqvarna line of trimmers that can help you get the work done that you need. If you're not local, that's fine. Find a local dealer, hook up with them, use them, lean into them. Guys, as an operator, I think the most important thing is the support and service you're gonna get after the sales. Machine is a machine is the big thing. And there's some decent machines out there in other brands, but really it's gonna be who is gonna be there to help you out and support you through the ownership process and time that you have with it. The last thing you want is to align yourself with something that in 5 years, they kind of look at you and go, yeah, we can't help you. So Husqvarna, we've got a history. We know this machine and we're excited to bring it to market with you. So thanks for checking out this video. We look forward to seeing you all soon.